I really am not feeling the lips in this video. It's the product is in here. We're just gonna keep it moving. Okay, I have to redo my live that I did for my Sephora sale haul. It was during the Memorial Day sale, so everything in here, I accidentally deleted it, and I don't know how. So everything's still in my memory of what I said. So I'm going to give you my review and thoughts on those products. So I had a couple samples that I first wanted to start off with. So I tossed it that day. Sorry about that. But the first one is I picked up 3 samples of sunscreen. I was reading the thread and I noticed that these 3 were the top picks from people. So the first one is from Kosas. It's that pink tube looking bottle, and it looks tinted, and to me it looks tinted like a peach pink tone. And they do recommend, it's recommended to be used with the makeup, with the foundation. But my overall opinion on that is it's best for people with pale skin and fair skin. Everyone I've seen that falls within that skin color category, they look great with it on. They put on whatever foundation, they put on the Kosas foundation, and their skin looks amazing. However, everybody else looks ashy, including myself. So I tried it twice. And I even tried it with adding some glow products that will kind of color adjust. There is still that gray tone, that ash coming right through. And I'm surprised because I thought again, maybe I'm just putting too much credit into these brands. Like, I would think that you would test it on all these different skin tones. Also, just by calling it, we put a little bit of a tint color in, doesn't mean that tint color is going to be going with multiple skin tones. Now, the other one that I grabbed was, let's see, from Laneige. It's the Hydro UV Defense Sunscreen SPF 50. Now, that one, I was actually surprised that it had a thicker texture to it. I don't know, I just wasn't thinking of that. I thought it would be almost like a watery substance, but it is. It's thicker in texture, and unfortunately it still feels that way on the skin. It doesn't really seem to just sink in and be lightweight. So the people that love it, I mean, if you're putting makeup onto, I don't know. I mean, are you feeling it on your skin? I don't know. I felt everything, and I couldn't wait to take it off. So it's just too thick for my taste. However, the third one that was the most popular, the Innisfree Daily UV Defense SPF 36, that is the sample that won my heart, and I had been scraping it out. So much that when I placed another order, I chose the sunscreen as my choice to get it in a deluxe sample size. So I really do like this. All of those sunscreens that I mentioned too, they're all chemical sunscreens. They're not physical. This is the one that is like a cloud of hydration, a cloud of air. Okay, it's not a runny texture. It's thin and just the perfect, the way it just smooths on the skin, blends in. It's like you're blending in a skin tint. Okay, there's no color to it or whatnot. No white cast. Laneige didn't have a white cast either. And I mean, I'm wearing it today too. I scraped the last of it out again. And I mean, it just went on beautiful. There's no scent, nothing. I can see why that one was chosen as a top pick. So very happy. So if you're looking at, I got to make sure I do not hit this ear. This earring has been giving me issues, and all I just see is it popping off. And if it pops off, I'm going to be with one earring. I don't care. I ain't putting it back in. What was I saying? Oh, I can see why. it's that much of a hype for it. So if you're in the market for a nice, lightweight, thin sunscreen, works excellent on its own and excellent with makeup, that's the one to get. I have Burberry Her, which is not what I chose. I did not choose this at all. I don't even remember what it smells like, even though I remember having a bottle of that. So I don't know, I may just give this to a friend, because if I remember scents, like, I mean, everything comes back, a song will come back, a date will come back, an X will come. You know that. You know, sense kind of transports you. I didn't have no memory of that. I didn't have no memory of Burberry. But I have a memory with this, okay? We're talking, what's that song? Milkshake Brings the Boys. Trailing after me like a mama duck and everybody right behind me. This, I think, allegedly, is the new revamped version of, it just fell. It fell. Bye. You can stay down there. Revamped version of Tokyo Milk fragrance, which it's gone, discontinued. But this called Milk Commodity, and I believe the scent name is probably called Commodity, so I can't find like another name for it. It comes in a, you know, again, this was like choose from the offers available. And I don't know, one earring. I chose this one because of the word milk. I'm thinking, is it like Tokyo Milk? So blind chose, went in. Oh my God. Okay, so if you smell Tokyo Milk, then you know what I'm talking about. Remember how Tokyo Milk had the notes of like, it was spicy, but it had like that tobacco smell. It was a little bit more masculine, but I mean, it's gender neutral fragrance, but it was a sexy scent, and I got a lot of compliments on it too, right? But when this, think of it like Tokyo Milk is alpha male. This is the Milk Commodity is the alpha female because it went down. I can smell those, a mix of a little bit of softness added. It's still grown woman. It's still alpha female. Okay. But it has that soft tone down just a little bit. And it is sexy and spicy. This is incredible. Incredible. Compliments galore when I wear this. So I did have some Tokyo Milk viewers back in the day. Yes, that's your next step up. Absolutely fantastic. This sample here from Tarte, this is the Maracuja Juicy Glow. You know, I kind of go by the names here when they, then my nails kind of match it. You know, juicy, I'm thinking I'm going to get that, you know, that juicy, that plump, that hydration, maracuja, a little bit of slip to it because of the oil. This, in my shade too, 53 Deep Neutral. That is my skin tone shade. It's okay. It kind of sits, so you got to kind of work it in. So again, you know, as the years progress, it's going to get harder for these brands. It ain't going to be harder for me to talk about it, but it's going to be harder for these brands to really kind of pull out this stuff where, I don't know, you can feel it on the skin and you can see it. You know, we want this stuff, skin tints and all this, we want this to be seamless and rub it in or use a brush or use a sponge. We don't want much effort to it because that's what it is. People that grab for tinted moisturizers and lotions and skin tints, we don't want no fuss, no, none of that. Rub it in and call it a day. When you have to babysit and really work, those days are over. Those days are over because guess what? You've got all these other brands behind you, Neutrogena Skin Tint, that little to no effort is needed and it looks fantastic. Next sample I grabbed is, select sample is Goji. So this is their 24-hour wear breathable foundation luminous matte finish. I always smile when I say luminous matte because you got two opposite ends of the spectrum and you're trying to throw the title in there. So it's like, what are you going to be? Luminous matte. It's supposed to probably be what I'm going to think of it. It's a natural skin-like finish, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. I have not tried this one yet. This is actually the only thing I haven't tried yet. So I grabbed the shade I think it's 410, yeah, 410 in medium deep, because all of the color choices that came out from Sephora and came out from Gucci's website, when I would plug in my top matches, this is the shade that came through. I also only chose this because I love the Gucci mascara to death. To death. You know, it's my favorite. So I said, okay, I'll try the mascara. These just came this week. I grabbed Tower 28 SOS. This is their version of the Daily Barrier Recovery Cream, or the BRC type cream. We say, a lot of us say BRC because of road. Tower is a brand that, just like Saie Beauty, when they drop something, I'm like, what? Without question. Buy. Add to cart. Buy. That's just how I operate. And of course, this cream came, especially with the strength of the SOS in it. It is incredible. They sent an email out that had this verbiage about how, which I appreciated, all this stuff that's not in the cream, how this, people are allergic, they have skin allergies, eczema, all kind of mess, when all this is in the creams. And I appreciated that too. I appreciated seeing that, because some I was like, yep, shea butter, or coconut, this, that, whatever. It's nothing here. This is just, here we go, a bucket of water thrown, a thicker cream, and hydration, and your skin is not going to wig out. That's just how it is with their SOS. It's your skin, whatever is tackling your skin, this comes in and is going to help relax. Baby, go relax. That is exactly what this is going to do. And Makeup Forever, this is their revamp of their, remember Aqua Eyes that they had? And they revamped it. They've been rechanging all kind of stuff in their line, I've noticed. And some is good, a good revamp. And others were like, you should have just left it the way it is. Change the packaging if you want to be modern. But I'm hoping that the Gentle Eye, I should be using this tonight, to get this off, is a revamp for when the Aqua Eyes would touch my eyes, and I think a lot of people have that issue, it would burn and sting. So sometimes I would just need to deal with that, because this makeup remover is the fastest makeup, well, Aqua Eyes was the fastest makeup remover I have ever seen. You put it on a cotton round, or you can do it with your fingers if you want. No sooner than you move your hand away, no sooner do you move the cotton pad away, and everything is just sliding away, especially lash glue. Aqua Eyes would take lash glue off like within less than a second. So using like micellar or whatever, that's why I went through the burn. Beauty is pain. So I'm hoping that this is just, well, it says gentle, so hopefully it's going to work. So I'm excited to try that tonight. It's going to stay right here so I can remember. And then the last, everything else is makeup. The last non-makeup item is this candle that was on sale, the I almost said Velociraptor. maybe Velociraptor. Voluspa. I need to figure out again how the heck you properly say it, because I say it and I think I'm saying it wrong. But it's the spiced Goji orange. Now, just the regular candle, this, one of my favorites, and the sparkling. Okay, I saw spiced at it and I was like, oh, spice. Got me all excited. And sure enough, so if you know the smell already, if you know the scent of that candle, so just add, just add a little cinnamon stick. Add in there a little smoky little cinnamon stick, and that's what you got. For Saie Beauty, I grabbed these two products off their website. They had a bundle deal, so I just grabbed it during there, but they're sold at Sephora, so of course, you can grab it there if you were interested. But the new double brush, which is the brush tool that sold to go with the Glow Sculpt, the multi-use cream highlighting blush. Okay, so the double brush, really why I love Saie's brushes, period. I use them every single time. They happen to just go in my everyday makeup rotation. and I use it multiple ways, just clean it off in multiple ways. So double-sided brushes seem to finally be in now. I've always loved them, but now they're acceptable. So one side is dense, that way you can use the cream in, as eyeshadow if you like. And then that side is to apply it. And again, some of the shades for this is like a highlighter shade too. So when I was in Sephora, I swatched them all. They had all the shades there. So I went ahead and swatched them, but I knew I was going to grab the shade Bronzeglow anyway, and I was only going to grab one, although Peach Glow works on me, and then I think it's Quartz Glow. One of those is like would make a good highlighter. So look at the shade. This is the true color, nice natural sunlight of Bronzeglow. I cannot stop using this in my eye. Okay, this is the fastest one and done eyeshadow I have ever done, and I get compliments on it too. And you know what this color reminds me of? My very first MAC eyeshadow that I still have to this day. I have not checked to see if it's discontinued. They better not have. It's called Tracks. So if you know MAC's Tracks eyeshadow, what that color is, this is Tracks, but just a tad, a touch deeper. I should be hitting pan on this year because this color, and again, you can use any brush, but I love their brushes, so it just works good. I go in and I just pat it, pat, 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 pat. I have it on today, but I have powder with it too, so I'm gonna tell you about that. But I just pat, pat, pat on the lid, blend it up into the crease. I'm done. Done, out the door, put my little glow screen on, out the door. And it's just a beautiful look. And I don't go back in, whatever might be on the brush, I just go right underneath the eye. It is absolutely beautiful. People say, is that like different colors? Maybe it looks different in the sun. No, it's just this. Now I've also worn it as blush too. I mix it in with another blush that I have on today. But I can't stop using it on the eyeshadow. The texture of this, it's thin. It goes on great. It's spread, the same words I use to describe Saie's products, period. They go on well. It's a good texture, an easy texture to work with. That's good too. Okay, especially if you're like first time user. You want a product that's very easy to put on. This is very, very easy. And it's just a pleasant surprise to me that, I should have swatched this by now for you to see that. I just completely lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Anyways, it's just easy. It's just very easy to put on. That's Bronzeglow. Let me see if we can get right over here. Boop, boop, boop. Right here. There you go. I only got one shade, and that's the only shade I plan on getting because I don't know about you. I'm so sick of blush. I am so sick of blush. This is the year of blush, especially cream blush. I'm so sick. Every time you turn around, here comes a darn launch on a blush. And I say that, and what am I doing? Picking up a damn blush. Tired of it. But I'm happy with what I grabbed. So, I know. It's just a vicious cycle, isn't it? Now, is the brush worth it? Because I tell you, I am the first to be like, don't be buying these brushes with the brand saying, I'm sure you have something that you already have. It is. And I only say that because their brushes are already good to begin with. They work well, and they play well with other brands' products as well. So I'd say if it's in your budget, but not, the brush is a good option too. Now, what I have on with the, or what I like to mix with the Bronzeglow is another item I had no intention of buying. No intention to buying at all. Mario's Soft Pop, Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. This is another thing I'm doing on my Sephora returns. I turn and I see the Mario display. I was like, I didn't think these were out already. And yeah, they were, and all the shades were there. So the shade I grabbed was Rose Crush, And really because this shade and the deepest shade was the only two that looked flattering for my skin tone. And so everything else, you know, looked better for lighter skin, tan skin, and so forth. But this color is, you know, that typical everyday color I tend to gravitate to, but it looks really pretty with the bronze glow. I just use it on my cheeks. I haven't used it on my eyes. And very easy. This formula, again, thin, easy to blend out, works well, has a sheen to it. It's not like overly dewy. It's just like a nice, easy cream blush to work with. Like I said, like with the bronze glow, and they work and they look very pretty together. I'm just a big mixer. If you watch the channel for a while, you know I mix everything pretty much. So there is that. Positive Light Liquid Luminizer from Rare Beauty. This is a specific shade, Captivate. We all have those friends that tell you, oh, I know I have Mesmerize. Leave me alone. I use Mesmerize all the time too. I don't want any more. But we have them. We have the friends that be like, oh, but this color. Oh, no, no, no. The same day, of course, I'm going to go do my Sephora returns. So I grabbed Captivate. And yeah. Oh, I didn't swatch the Mario. Let's go back real quick. Needless to say, I grabbed Captivate due to you, Candace, if you watch. And yes, Captivate. I'll put Captivate right next to Mario's shade. Captivate is beautiful. So what I use Captivate, so how I use Captivate is I don't use it to mix in with foundation. I really do use this as a cream or liquid highlighter, excuse me. I put it just in the high point right here, like how if you blush drape, you kind of know where I'm talking about, over here by the temples. I put it right there, so it makes that little, you know, that little C. That's how I wear it. I wear it as a glowy type of instead of highlighter, I'll mix it in with the Mario blush too. Haven't tried it with the Saie because I figure, you know, the Saie already has that sheen to it as well. So that's Captivate, and then that's the Mario, and again that's Bronze Glow. So yeah, very pretty. So on Melt's website, Dark Matte eyeshadow palette. Perfect timing that this happened too, because my Dark Matter stack that I use to another one right here on the desk, Buff, and I forgot, maybe it's called Unseen. There's two browns, one's light, one's a little bit mid-tone. And then I use the red, or I'll use black. So I use Dark Matter a lot. I think it was 2016, 2017 maybe. I had to throw it in my declutter eyeshadow bag because I got an allergic reaction to it. I did. I had to use my eye infection drops. So needless to say, the old Melt stuff is in the declutter bag. So it's perfect that Dark Matter came out at the time it did, so I can have it back. And I don't mind having it in a long palette, you know, in true Melt fashion. They just have, you know, just the gorgeous packaging. And I mean, I appreciate the nice packaging. I'm not a package person. To me, it's more so the product itself. I like the fact that the mattes are down here. These are the two browns I was talking about. And then you have their shimmer equivalent to it right down there. I also grabbed just one of the Melt highlighters on the website, but Sephora also had the one shade Genesis that I was eyeing because the shade is just, it's unusual. I don't have it in my collection. And I've heard that their formula is, you know, kind of like borderline Rare Beauty, which is, you know, an amazing formula at the moment right now for highlighters. So that's Genesis. And sure enough, this color, look at that color right there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? When I put it on my cheeks, I'm like, yes, this formula is, there's no chunks of glitter, they're in shimmer. It just lays beautiful, easy to blend. I was like, ooh, I'm over here sleeping on Melt's highlighter formula. And the one I grabbed, the 50% off one, is the one called Gold Worker. Now this one I noticed has a slighter shimmer in it, a little bit more, where you can kind of see it. But I buff it out pretty good and it kind of disappears, but it's still soft. Soft. And listen, I don't really buy highlighters now because I mean, I have the ones I really enjoy. It's really going to take the formula to get me to be like, yes, there's a reason I'm going to pick you up. I'm very happy with those highlighters. Now, the free items that came on Melt's website, you know, if you try, you know, depending on what you grab, were these 3 items. So they're black, just their standard black everyday kohl pencil eyeliner. I wore this one time. It did not stay, and I wear contacts, so it didn't transfer my contacts, but it just didn't really stay in my waterline. So this is just something I would just like use to buff out underneath the eye, put a little bit of powder on it. I'm sure it'll stay, but it's not some, there's better eyeliners on the market. I suggest the Mario one, Makeup by Mario. This is the Ultra Glaze Plumping Lip Gloss. This is what I have on now because I thought it was going to be this strong hooker pink Barbie color lip gloss, and it turned out, first of all, it has a spicy smell. So yeah, whew, it's spicy, the smell. But when I put it on top of like a darker lip liner, I thought it was going to come out that darn pink. So I said, let me go ahead and just put something a little bit deeper on, and then it came out more of like that color, like, you know, the holographic look. So I would like this probably just mixed with a little bit of lip gloss too, because I like to use it as a lip topper, which I feel is what it is. And it didn't have a really like strong, like it was a slight plump feeling, and that was it. It went away. This is in the shade Attitude, but next time I wouldn't do it with the deeper lip liner. I'm also not used to really seeing myself with like deep colors because I don't go for the deep colors anymore unless it's black. It's funny, the only one I like to wear is black. Liquid lipstick too, they sent again as a free item, and this is in the color shade. I do have, it's just black. I have a Maybelline Super Stay one, which is actually coming up to be expired. So this one will take its place. And actually, now I think about it, with the black, the holographic lip gloss would probably look really pretty. So that's probably how I'll just wear them. I have 2 eyebrow pencils that I grabbed. One is from One Size. The other one is the Give by Gwen Stefani's line. And this one from One Size, which I gotta admit, this is the Brow Kiki Micro Brow Defining Pencil. This is the deepest shade, the black brown. So it stops there. And standard thin pencil. The point is not as thin as Huda's, but you can swivel that more. You don't really have to worry about it like snapping off, which is what, you know, you'll experience with Huda's formula. And you got, of course, the spoolie on the end. This color, black brown, works fine for me. It's a cooler tone, so I don't see a strong, you know, chocolate tone is what I tend to say. When Stefani's pencil is black, and it's an actual realistic soft color, and this is the only reason why I decided to keep this pencil, because I said I don't want all these micro brow pencils. Okay, find the best one maybe and take it back. But the Hella On Point Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, again, one side has this spoolie, a little thicker as far as the packaging itself, but it is a thin pencil as well, the tip. But again, the only reason why I'm keeping this is this tone of black is perfect for me. I immediately noticed how even when sometimes I'd press it on harder, It's right there. See the difference between that and the black brown from One Size? It didn't look harsh at all. So if you're someone like, okay, I'll try black. Okay, stop shading me, I'll try black. This is a tone that you can go hard on and it will still look natural. That's the only reason why I'm keeping it. This is a really good, true soft black in my opinion. And you know, it's a really good deal. So just wait for the next sale. I'm sure the next sale is going to be Labor Day. And I'm sure a lot of this stuff is going to go back to I think it was like almost 50% off. So it was a really good deal. So that's staying here. Now, Tower 28, I ordered off their website. I got some chocolate. That was just incredible. Incredible, and now it's gone. So I'm going to have to order that from the brand, or the actual chocolate brand, yeah. But I did throw in, I had to get another chili because I finished my clear gloss of Tower 28. And I just went ahead and grabbed Oat because I noticed that this was one shade I didn't have. And Tower 28 glosses, I don't know how it turned out to be that way, but they're my favorite glosses. They're my favorite. I have no idea how it turned out to be like that. I just noticed I kept reaching for it and reaching for it, and it's the formula. It's so hydrating. It has that wonderful plush feel. Here we go with all the gloss I have, and Tower 28 turned out to be my favorite. So Oat has this tone to it that reminds me of MAC's Honey Love lipstick. Not as strong, but it has that peach pink look. And also depending on what lipstick color you wear, I'll sometimes wear Oat just right in the center. And Oat just adds a little bit of brightness to it, but it's also natural. Then of course I've worn it by itself too, and it doesn't look like it's this stark ashy pink on. No, it is beautiful. So I'm trying to go from memory. Obviously chili, the clear. So now Oat, pistachio, I think it's cashew, I want to say almond. Those are my colors that I have. So those were. I didn't want the dark raspberry and all this other mess stuff. You know, I just go with the colors I know I would wear. But those are my favorite shades. Very Valentino. Very Valentino concealer, another item I wanted to try from the brand, the All Day Light Covering Concealer. And I'm going to try the Foundation X, their little primer glow thing, and I want to try the eyebrow pencil too. Now, this is named exactly how the coverage is. So don't go in thinking this is going to give me a lot of coverage. It is not. This is something that reminds me of Saie Beauty's, you know, their light coverage concealer too. However, the shade I have is Deep Rosa 2. This is truly thin. It's a very thin texture and it's dewy too. So I do like it. Sometimes I set it, sometimes I don't, and I love the look that it provides under my eyes. I can spot conceal with it too because it's so thin. And this color Deep R2, Rosa 2, I was surprised. I thought for sure I'd be in the neutral, and this just blends right into my skin. Exact color that I need. And it looks great when I mix with pink tone concealer too. So there you go. There's DR2. So I have some One Size left and Huda. Let's leave Huda for last. One Size is right here in front of me. They're a brand that I just have noticed I am looking at more this year. They have also a fabulous liquid eyeshadow. It's just incredible. I've stopped using the one I have from Rare Beauty. I just can't put them down. So these matte eye poppers were also on sale. So I have the 3 tones here. You can do a nice fast liquid eyeshadow look that's, you know, neutral, done, out the door. Light, medium, and deep tone. It comes also in a shimmer. I'm not grabbing any of the shimmers. That's just how I am. I'm more of a matte person. No. But I will continuously buy these over and over again. They're absolutely fabulous. You would think that the shade Battle Ready would not work for my skin tone. Battle Ready works. It's what I put on first. Use a synthetic brush. blend it out. And what's good is, I mean, you can just blend these shades. I'm going to put them all on my hand. You can blend them all and they just blend into one another. And it's like you're blending powder. It is like you are blending powder. And I've worn it where I put the liquid on and then I'll take the corresponding color in powder just to see how it works. Blends fine, doesn't bleed into one another. And then I'll take the next liquid, blend it out, put the corresponding powder, and it works. So it works good with powder. The second shade is Open to All, which is, I would say, the mid-tone color. And then the deepest is Bring. Hopefully these go back on sale for Labor Day if you're interested in picking them up, because this is the best liquid eyeshadows. So that's the 3. See, light, medium, and deep. Last is the powder foundation. Now, that wasn't something I was looking at necessarily, because I'm a powder foundation girl. However, people that I follow on TikTok that are like me, they're the do witches, they love to do. Okay. I do pay attention when they reach for their powders. Most of the time they're reaching for the Kosas. And another product, I'm like, if they use powder foundation, or sometimes they would like lightly bake with powder foundation, you know, the chisel into the contour, and what they were grabbing was the one size. I was surprised. I said, okay, I'm gonna go pick it up, turn up the base. Now I had issues at first trying to find my color. I remember that was like the first time I first looked at the product, so I was like, oh God, I'm not gonna find my shade. I said, let me go ahead and swatch the R's, since I seem to fall into R now, right? That deeper, some have, you know, rosa with the pink or peach in it. And sure enough, medium dark 5R, so the rosy undertone, is what worked perfect on me. It just blends right into my skin. And now I can see, I mean, I can't put this on because you're not going to see anything. Blends right in. Now I can see why this powder is what, you know, the do girls like about it. It is soft, it is silky, and it remains very skin-like. There is no heaviness to it. I can't feel it on the skin. There's no like clinging to anything, no texture, no facial hair, nothing. Jewelry, like I said, jewelry's just falling everywhere. It's just beautiful. And it offers coverage. So I go, okay, there we go. So, you know, these are tips I want to tell you because pay attention to that. If you're someone that really likes matte skin, you're looking at, whoever you're looking at, pay attention to what they use over and over again. Not something where it's like, oh, I'm talking about it one day and then you'll never see it again. Pay attention to what we use over and over again. Those are truly the favorites and products that work. Last is Huda. I love her 9-pan palettes. So I was already eyeing the matte and the warm tone and then the cool tone. So I already had that in my loves list. They slashed the discount on that, as well as the nude medium palette that I have the rich one for this already, and I wanted the medium too. And the reason I wanted the medium is the medium, I'm looking over here because I'm like, do you already have the deep one over there? No, I have Love, yeah, the Love Fest one. The deepest color one has very similar tones, so it will work, it's just richer, deeper. So it will complement, the medium palette will complement the rich tone palette because it's the same tones. So that's how I've talked about that, is to make that nice cohesive blended eye. You go in like that with the corresponding shades, light to deep, medium, and all that mess. The brushes get smaller and you see how they blend and fade in. You're not going to see any harsh lines. You're not going to see any of that. It's a very cohesive eye. So that's why I wanted this. And then you have a couple of shimmers. There's 2 shades in here. That is that cream. Oh, no, that's in here. Sorry. No, there's no cream in here. And again, I'm just happy. I don't want the light one. I don't need the light. I just knew the medium would work perfectly. So this is a must. The 2 creams are in these 2 here. And a lot of people in their reviews have said that the creams do not work good. It's just not a good texture. And I said, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and check for myself. And yes, I checked for myself and it's trash. Cool and the warm. The cream is, even when you touch it, it feels dry, but it's very thin. So it just disappears. When I was patting it on my lid, I'm like, what's the point? I don't need it to, in a sense, intensify that shade. There ain't nothing there. And then there's nothing there to enhance the color of that matte tone that I'm going to put on. Now this palette works for me. I really do enjoy the tones because it has the appropriate, like I said, the light, the medium, and the deep tones to really blend and get that eye minus those two ridiculous creams. So I do like that. And I tend to always have another palette nearby anyway, that if I need to, you know, help blend in more, then I reach in there. I don't mind reaching into other palettes to complete a look. Never felt that way. And then again, this is the warm tones, and then the two creams. I think it's this one and that. So see, it's a big waist. That is everything I grabbed during the sale, Sephora, and the majority of the stuff I love. I love these products. Let me know your thoughts. If you've tried anything, you want to try some products, leave them down as comments. And just thank you for stopping by and taking time out to watch wherever you are located. Have a great day, evening, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.